In this video, we are going to discuss handling client returns and refunds in your beauty business, to be more specific and exact, and how to handle clients who think they want to get their money back. What's up, guys? I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, and I share the Bible that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. I am a beauty business owner and operator, have been for several years now, almost 14 years to be more exact. And I am a skincare line creator, a licensed esthetician, and I definitely enjoy doing what I do, but I can honestly say that one of the things that makes it hard for most people, in no matter what industry you're in, if you are in business, one of the hardest things to deal with is just people. And more specifically, people who want something for nothing, or get a service done, or receive some items or products, and then they want to complain and get not just to be made whole or well or better, but they want you to be out so that they can have all of their money back. And let's just be honest, it's more prevalent these days than it ever has been, it seems, right? Am I alone in this? Being a business owner for so many years, I can definitely say that I've had my fair share, even if it's just been a few, of the instances of people who have come into the business, received a service, and they may have had unrealistic expectations, or, for example, they have, in my business where we specialize in lashes, brows, and skin, they have very sparse lashes, and then they expect us to make them look like Kim Kardashian, or someone that has these really thick, full lashes. And so their realistic, or I should say unrealistic expectations versus the realistic outcome that we were able to give them just wasn't what they were looking for. So they feel that they deserve to get their money back. And there's a way to handle people like this. And it's not fun, but as long as you are operating in business, you are going to encounter at least one person at least one person in all of the years that you operate that is going to feel that they deserve a refund. Okay, so let's talk about how do we handle it. First and foremost, you have to have a concrete return policy and have it in writing and share it with your guests, with your clients, with your customers. Because if they don't have this information up front, then the likelihood, I should say, of them going to their credit card company or debit card company, if that is a method that they use to pay for the services or products that they received, they're likely going to get the win in that situation when they file a dispute with their card company, and then you can't prove that you have given them this information up front. So what I also recommend, especially when you are providing services, what I provide in my business to the clients is the return policy, a waiver and release form. Everything has to be signed and initialed and dated. And also having something in this agreement that says that they agree that if there is any issues or concerns, that they will come to the business first to try to get the situation rectified before going to their credit card company or their financial institution to file a fraudulent chargeback so that they can get their money back. Because when they sign this and they decide that they want to go forward and do something like that, then you, more than likely, you will win in that case. And unfortunately, I've experienced this in the past. I can think of at least 2 times in the past where this has happened, and I've won them all. And they were big dollar amount situations. So it wasn't like $70 or $50. I'm talking hundreds of dollars that someone got a service done, and then they decided that they wanted to request a refund. And no, it wasn't even a complaint given to the business to say that there was an issue. They were happy with the services that they received, but they decided that maybe they were going to go on a trip to Vegas or something and they needed some extra cash. So they decided to file a fraudulent chargeback with their financial institution. So when the business receives this notification, they only give the business, in my experience, a very short window to respond. And especially if you're using a merchant like Square or one of those other companies where you are accepting credit cards or debit cards for services rendered or products sold in your business, once you receive that notification, they usually give you about a week to submit this information, which is crazy because if you've ever had the experience on the consumer end of filing for a refund through your financial institution, they usually tell you that it can take 30 days, sometimes 60 or 90 days, depending on the situation. So they're giving themselves a lot of time to research and review the information, but on the end of the business, what they will do is they will give you about a week to respond, submit your information and your proof, and then also, in the meantime, they will take that money back out of your business bank account and a chargeback fee. But if you win, they will revert that money back into your business bank account. So that's why it's really important that you have explicitly written out what your return policy is for your clients and customers, and have them sign this so that you have proof that they have received this information and that they have read it, even if they didn't really read it. Just saying. All right, so the next is be the boss, be the expert, and position yourself as such, especially in a service-based industry. Myself being a licensed esthetician and a master lash artist, I definitely am the expert. So when someone comes into my business, if they're getting a service done with me or with any one of my team members in my business, we are the experts. So no one can come into the business and tell me what they think this process and this outcome should be. They can definitely give me what they are desiring. They can share that with me. But myself being the expert and myself being the licensed esthetician, I am positioning myself as such. So I am letting them know what service I'm doing. I am, especially if it's their first time coming in, I am walking them through the process. I'm explaining what I'm doing as I'm doing it, especially if I'm doing lash services, because that is a service where the person is really putting their trust in you. They're having their eyes closed and they're lying down. They're extremely vulnerable. So I am letting them know what I'm about to do, and I'm walking them through it as I'm doing it so that there is no shock when I'm touching their face or I'm touching their eyes or I'm doing certain things. They know what I'm doing because I am sharing it with them as I'm doing it. So position yourself as the expert, letting them know who you are, what you do, what your experience is, and just keeping yourself in that position and not allowing the client or the customer to come in and take over and make you feel like you have to do what they're telling you they want, especially if that's not an outcome that you can really give them. All right, so the next is avoid conflicting advice. So for example, if you have a business such as mine where myself and my team members, who are the beauty therapists, who are the licensed estheticians, we don't handle the phones. We don't speak to people over the phone to answer questions and things of that nature. We have administrative team members who are handling the phone calls. So it is their job to get the people into the business so that they can meet with us for consultations, and we can give them the best recommendation based on what they are sharing that they're desiring, whether it's a skin outcome that they are looking for, their need, their lashes or their brows. We are going to speak with them and give them this information in the consultation. So it is never the job of the administrative team to recommend a service to anyone over the phone, because that's not what they do. And even when it comes to selling products, when someone comes into the business, it is my job and it is my team members who are providing the services. It is their jobs to recommend the products that we feel are going to be best fits for the clientele and not for someone who is at the front desk, because that's not their expertise. So when you are making those lines clear as to who does what, then you can avoid conflicting advice. So no one can say, well, the administrative assistant or the receptionist or the manager or whoever it was that spoke with them on the phone or dealt with them at the front desk recommended a certain service or product, and it's not what they expected it to be, so now they're wanting a refund. So avoid conflicting advice so that you can avoid a situation where someone is feeling that they deserve a refund because they got different information that should have been really recommended by the service provider or the expert. And finally, manage expectations. Now, this is a huge one, especially in my business, because like I said, in my business where we specialize in brow services, lash services, skincare services, if someone comes into my business and they have hardly any brow hairs, and then they come in with a picture of, I don't know, say Cara Delevingne, who has really full, thick, bushy brows, and they expect me to be able to give them this look because we don't provide microblading services in my business, and they're wanting, or they look at my brows, which a lot of clients do, and they say, I want my brows to look like yours. And I said, well, I can definitely do the best for you based on what your brows will allow me to do. But I can't say that your brows are going to look like mine because I have a whole lot more brow hairs on my face than you do. And that's not a put down, and it's not even to be a letdown, but it is to manage the expectations of the client. So when I let them know up front, and then I go through with the service, and then I do the service, and which I have done many, many times, and then they look in the mirror and they're like, whoa, I didn't know that my brows had this potential. And I said, well, yes, they definitely did, based on what I was allowed to do with your brows, whether it was the shaping of the brows, the tinting of the brows, whether it was a henna brow treatment or a service like the brow lamination, which we do a lot of those in my business. And for example, we have clients that unfortunately have had experiences where their natural lashes have gotten really sparse, and it's because of things that they are doing either at home, putting on eyelash strips inappropriately or improperly, because if you wear them the proper way, they shouldn't cause damage to your natural lashes, but a lot of people do that. And then they come in to my business and then they expect me to be able to give them this luxurious lash look with a lash extension service, which I can definitely make them better, and I'll show you some pictures so you can just see what I'm talking about. And even with what I have done, they still may not be 100% satisfied because they were expecting more. And even though I gave them more, I could only give them what their natural lashes would give me the ability to give to them. But when I take those before and after pictures, I'm not doing this for sharing on social media. I'm doing this, and my team, we're doing this for the record. And the record being to show that client that before and after, because honestly, that is the proof. Because even sometimes after performing a service and a client may look in the mirror and they may be underwhelmed, shall we say, when you show the before picture versus the after picture, then sometimes that wakens up oh, okay, you really did do something here, versus, oh, it didn't really come out the way that I was expecting. And I got this funny text message from one of my team members, and it's something that she saw, I believe it may have been on Facebook or somewhere on social media. It was probably Facebook. And it was spot on with what a lot of people who are professionals in lash artistry deal with some clientele, where they feel that they can come in with a couple of lashes that are hanging on their eyes and then they're saying, I want really long, really full, really thick extensions. And I'm like, okay, sure. We'll see about that. But I give them what I am able to give them, and then they still may be underwhelmed. And I must say, this is just a few people. It's not many, because most people get it and they understand. But I say all of this to say I'm managing the expectation. So I'm letting them know beforehand. So when you let people know beforehand and they still agree to move forward with the service, they really can't be upset, because you have let them know what they should expect. And I believe in not over promising and under delivering. I under promise and I over deliver. So I would say a good 97 to 98% of the clientele and customers that come to the business, they are extremely pleased. There's always going to be that small percentage of people that you just cannot make happy, but you can definitely cut down on those requests for refunds or those things that you pray against, those chargebacks. But even if that happens, you have proof with what we shared before, where you let the persons know that, look, if you have an issue, you are to let us know about it, and you're not going to try to get your money back from your financial institution by saying that you either didn't get the service done, or you didn't get what you were asking for, or whatever reason they use to try to get their money back. So these are the ways that you can really help to just cut down on those client requests for refunds and customers who are expecting to get their money back because they really didn't get the outcome that they were expecting. So guys, I hope you got a lot from this video. Please let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. Let me know if you have any tips or suggestions that I did not put in there, because I am quite sure that there is more than what I shared, but I didn't want this to be a very long video. So guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to check this video out. I always appreciate you subscribing to the channel and liking this video and commenting, just to let me know that you appreciate it. I really appreciate you. So guys, this is Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, sharing the Bible that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So until the next time, I hope you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.